Hi, my name is Jim Callari. I'm the editorial director of Plastics Technology magazine, and I'm joined today by Kevin Huntsman. Kevin is the senior vice president of Mastio Company, a St. Joseph, Missouri-based research firm that does a lot of work in plastics. Over the last month or so, we have been blogging on various polyethylene markets based on data collected and research conducted by Mastio Company late last year through early this year. We have been blogging on some of the biggest markets for polyethylene and also some of the fastest growing markets for polyethylene. Before we do a deep dive into what we're going to talk about specifically today, Kevin, why don't you speak a bit to Mastio's research and basically the polyethylene film market study as a whole?
Jim, thank you. We appreciate the opportunity. Mastio Company has been in business for about 31 years. And during that lifetime of 31 years, Jim, we've been doing the PE film market study. It is our most popular market study. We publish it about every 2.5 to 3 years. It's very popular, obviously, with the resin suppliers, the converters. We're also seeing it grow with more of the private equity community as a mergers and acquisition tool as they look at different assets and how that company may align with the competitive market or competitive landscape. It's also big with the machinery manufacturers as well. So the study, again, every 2 to 3 years, led by Kim Enna, who's been leading this study for nearly its entire life. And one of the things that Kim's team really focuses on and is a key component to the methodology is the primary research, Jim. Mm-hmm. We are conducting interviews over the phone with a multitude of different disciplines within an organization, whether it's purchasing or engineering, marketing, sales, anybody that can help us better understand a company and its placement in a market. And this new study that we're talking about today, we published in March, so relatively new, and we conducted the research the latter part of 2019 into the early part of 2020.
Mm-hmm. Good. So today we're doing a little bit of a deep dive into the polyethylene film market for candy, which I think you have recognized as the fastest growing market for polyethylene film. Not surprising from my perspective. I like candy, and lots of people like candy. So what are some of the talking points that you would like our audience to come away with on the film market for candy?
And you're spot on. It is the fastest growing market that we identified out of the 33 that we profile in the Mastio PE film market study. This particular industry with candy, there's not a lot of participants or a lot of converters. We identified 11, Jim. And within those 11, the top 3 from a volume perspective hold nearly 64% of the market. So like a lot of markets, a lot of concentration in those top 2 or 3 participants. And I like candy just like you, and the chocolate sales continue to rise.
Right.
They seem to be really, if you want to call them a recession-proof type product, they seem to be. And there's a lot of innovation. You don't think about it, but there's a lot of innovation in the packaging. There's also a lot of innovation in the products themselves. And you're seeing healthier options were identified in talking with companies, whether it's Mars or Hershey, that's obviously the bigger purveyors of chocolate candy, continue to innovate. And along with that, the packaging innovates as well.
Right. Right. Well, I appreciate your time to talk about the candy market, Kevin. For those who are going to read the blog, there are hyperlinks within the blog to all of the other articles we have written about this polyethylene study, and also a link to the Mastio Company website where you can feel free to click on that and see what's going on over in St. Joe's, Missouri. Thanks, Kevin.
Thanks, Jim.